Welcome to the Zaxby's Coaches Show, brought to you by First Bank, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Zaxby's Friends, Family, Flavor. With your host, Chris DeLambert, only on the NFHS Network, brought to you by New Image Media.
All right, welcome to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. Week 4 is in the books.
Week 4, yeah.
And we're here to talk about it. But first, Hector Perez.
Hey, man.
Golfer extraordinaire, apparently. So you ran the Victory Junction 3K or 5K this
5K,
weekend.
yeah, that was terrible.
You ran the whole thing, though, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I didn't want to, but when you're in the moment, you kind of just end up doing it.
It
was a good time, though. I had a good time.
All right. What was the turnout like?
Got 358 runners, I think. I think that's what we're registered at the moment. But it was quite a bit there whenever we got there.
So any other events like that on the horizon Zaxby's a part of?
As far as in the horizon, the only thing we've got going is really all the ends of October, where we do the Halloween trunk or treat.
Trunk or treat?
Yeah,
I knew you were
I know,
right? At Fayetteville Harley Davidson.
Yeah. I want to be able to do that at like every location, though, every single Zaxby's, but to do that at 11, try to make that a unity thing.
You got this, man.
We'll figure it out. I'll make sure. That way you can come to one.
Well, look, you do it in Fayetteville and Sanford and figure out the rest of the locations later. Is that good?
That sounds meaning.
Sounds good. Funnel cakes.
They're good.
Listen.
But look.
Listen. I talked to a friend of mine the other day.
Okay.
And we were talking about food. We were talking about this, that, the other. And he was like, man, have you had that funnel cake from Zaxby's?
Is it good?
And I said, I have not made it out there yet. He said, man, it is the absolute truth.
Yeah.
And we got to talking about it, and I said, chicken and waffles, everybody does that. Waffles and funnel cake, kind of the same thing. Nobody's done this before, not at chain level. He was blown away. And this is a foodie now.
Okay, that's interesting.
So, he loves his food. So, yeah, high praise for the funnel cake.
I've still been trying to kind of do that mixture of like chicken and the funnel cake. Let's see how that actually tastes like. I'm hoping good. The caramel sauce is amazing actually with it. Not that I've had it maybe more than once, but you got to have it more than once.
I hear you. So a friend of mine used to own a chain of restaurants, and he used to eat from those restaurants every single day. Do you do that? Not every day?
Not every day. Not as bad as it used to, because, when I first got there, I was like, oh, man, it smells so good every time you step into the kitchen, and you just want a piece every single time you go. When you're there every single day, a little fry, a little finger here and there won't hurt. But,
Okay.
I wouldn't.
What about Mr. Pass? Does he eat there every day?
Oh, he actually tries to avoid it, but it's funny. Every time he goes home with family, Zaxby's is from Georgia and Rod is from Georgia. They're all like, well, we just want Zaxby's every time he gets it, because they think he gets it for free. I'm like, no, I have to pay for it. But every weekend he goes down there with his family when he can, has Zaxby's.
Wow.
So at least he has his filling there. After that, he feels like he can't have it.
Any plans to open any new locations anytime soon in our region?
In our region, not as of currently. We were looking at the Clinton area.
Okay.
But for regards right now, it's really just Mecklenburg County that we're really looking to build. I mean, we've already got an area. Just really waiting for the store to get built, and that shouldn't take so long.
All right, very cool. And no new food announcements to make?
No new food. Another than the funnel cake and the chicken Philly. We're close to it. It comes out the 18th.
All right.
You've got the sandwich. Comes in a hoagie bun. You can have it grilled or fried. Comes with onion and peppers, and then a garlic aioli.
All right. And if you're bad, memory-wise, download the app. Not only is it a cool app, your points accrue forever, but you'll get cool announcements every time something happens, like a menu change, like the chicken Philly, which I'm kind of fired up about.
You should come by and try it. Or actually, I'll bring you one if, when's our next show?
Next Monday.
Next Monday.
Next Monday will be after the 18th. That'll also
there
be
you
the
go.
19th.
Okay, all right.
So I'll
bring you a hoagie and I'll bring you the funnel cake, and then we can have it on camera. There you go. Perfect. Sounds like a deal.
Perfect.
All right.
Not everybody at home can
Just
get
don't
that
eat.
for free, but no, I won't. I'll be ready for it.
All right.
I'll be ready for it. Anything else you want to talk about, sir?
No, other than that, we're happy to be here, be a part of this, and more than that, we're just happy to support it.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Hector. Zaxby's, get your Zaxby's, and don't forget to download the app. I'm Chris. This is Hector. We'll see you on the other side, and eventually tonight we'll talk about some football.
Yeah.
Funnel cakes at Zaxby's? Sweet! Fried to perfection and dusted with powdered sugar? Sweet! Paired with a caramel sauce that's great for dipping, dunking, or drizzling? Sweet! Woo, saucy! Zaxby's. WilkinsonCars.com. Come visit us at our new location in Sanford. With the same great staff and the same great service. Test drive one of our many different vehicles. Check out our state-of-the-art service department and collision center, where our team can have you back on the road in no time. We're right across from Walmart at 3335 North Carolina 87 South. Schedule your appointment online at WilkinsonCars.com or call us at 919-842-3322. We guarantee we're the place to be at Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC.
All right, welcome back to the show, and a little bit of a twist. When we say RE/MAX Real Estate, I'm always hoping that Crystal shows up. Not that you're not any fun, but we have Mr. Real Estate with us.
There you go.
Tell the folks about yourself and what's going on.
I'm Travis Bradford. I'm the broker in charge here at RE/MAX Real Estate Service here at 155 South Steel Street. We were obviously hosting the show here at the office, and so just wanted to come out here today and just to talk a little real estate.
Man, I don't know how long your broker in charge relationship or just your relationship with RE/MAX goes, but I can remember 10, 12 years ago when they were in a little tiny office. Then they moved down to Steel Street and had a bigger place.
Yep.
And now you got this space. And how long before you outgrow this one?
Well, just with the way the market is here in Sanford, the growth that's coming here, we're hoping this space is going to be big enough to house us for a little while.
Okay.
So,
it's a great location right here, Steel Street. Got good eats right down the road. Plenty of beer if you want to drink that. Do whatever you want to. The market right now, how are things?
So the market is steady. I mean, obviously we have, interest rates have gone up a little bit, which makes people a little apprehensive about, that big purchase in their life. But but in reality, it is still a great time to purchase a home. Interest rates are, they're hedging around, 6.5%, 7%. But there's a lot of great incentives out there for first-time home buyers and buyers in general that builders and sellers are helping buyers out with.
Now, with the proliferation of Zillow and Realtor.com and all these things, people are, sitting at the house, they think they're experts on real estate. Talk about what value a realtor brings to the table. What is a real estate broker? Why does it make my life easier?
But people will try to navigate real estate market. Everybody wants to know that or saving money. That's the thing. But as a real estate agent, we do all the things that you don't see. We're the ones talking to your home inspector. We're helping you find that person. If we need a survey, if we need, termite inspection, all the things, the little things that people don't think about when they're trying to buy or sell a home. We have lots of people who try to sell their house on their own, but there's a lot of documents and stuff that they don't necessarily know about that we do as the experts and stuff, and we help you navigate through that. You're eventually going to have to get somebody to help you do that, whether it's an attorney or somebody. But as a real estate agent, we step in and make that job so much easier. All you have to do is sit back and let us do our job, and you, at the end of the day, you either have sold your house or you've bought a new house.
Yeah, and especially on the buying side, I know, but especially first-time home buyers don't necessarily understand what a real estate broker is all about. And I don't think they understand, first of all, as a buyer, there's no cost to them.
Zero.
You're going to get paid upon sale, and it's not coming out of the broker's pocket. The things that you talked about, having been a real estate broker, having been a real estate attorney, having been a home buyer many times over, the headaches that you have to navigate without having a broker to lean back on and to bother and to make sure all the things stay on track, to work with the bank and all that stuff. It's money well earned. You talked about the growth here in Sanford. Talk about what's going on in the housing market here. Give people some insight to some things they may not know about new developments.
So if you've rode around Sanford, Lee County area, you've seen lots of new subdivisions popping up. The Tramway area, we have houses near Galvin's Ridge, which is popping up right off US 1 Colon Road. So the growth is taking place with the new companies coming, the VinFast and so forth. These areas are growing exponentially because this is where people need to be. We're having more and more people get out of the Wake County market, and Lee County is positioned centrally located in North Carolina. It's an easy shot to anywhere, whether you want to go south or Southern Pines, Fort Liberty, or if you want to go north to Apex, Cary, Raleigh. So we are well positioned to be able to service many areas here in Sanford. So it has caused many businesses to start coming here, and therefore we need the housing. And the builders are coming; they're building houses, and it's just growing.
Yeah, I was sitting in a restaurant the other day. In the middle of the day, I had a break, and I was sitting eating, and there were guys having a conversation at the table across from me, and they were talking about housing. And one of the guys said, "We're down there looking in Sanford," and he got the other guy's attention. He said, "Why Sanford?" And he said, "Well, I can be from Sanford to Raleigh in just as long as it takes to get across Raleigh, and I can buy twice the house down there." And he's right. The growth that's coming is exciting. And it's interesting kind of speculating as to what's going on and where the development's coming. You talk about Tramway, there's stuff going on at Deep River that's coming down the pipe, and it's a wild time. I've only been here, a dozen years, but to see Sanford now is kind of wild. And I can't imagine what it's like for folks like you've been here forever.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, Sanford, there's been a rebirth of downtown. When I was here as a kid, we had businesses here in downtown, but it's nothing like it is here.
Yeah.
What we have now, with places to eat, with the breweries, the new coffee shop, It has become a place that people want to come, a destination place on the weekend, to come out here with your family with our concert series, the farmers market and so forth that we have here. So, yes, I mean, just seeing the growth here in Sanford, knowing what it was and what it is now, it's been tremendous to watch that.
Yeah, and thus far we haven't lost our charm.
Yes.
This isn't one of those sprawls that we see in other places around Raleigh. I've lived a lot of places, and a lot of places like to fancy themselves hub cities. You talked about, Pinehurst is down the road a little ways. Mm-hmm. You got Fayetteville and Fort Liberty down there. Raleigh's here. You got Greensboro, and in about 2 hours I can be at the beach.
Yep.
Or I can be in the mountains.
Correct.
And there's not a whole lot of places in the country that you can say that. It's a good spot, and it's a good place to buy a home. And if you're in the market, get up with RE/MAX Real Estate. Travis and Crystal and the crew over here, they will get you hooked up.
Absolutely.
You guys in the building business still?
We do have some building going on. We also do property management. So anybody looking for a house to rent, or they need somebody to manage their properties, Lamco Property Management does that as well.
And so we talked about the headaches that a broker can save. Everybody watches HGTV, and they watch House Flippers, and they watch this, and they're going to have rental properties. If you've ever considered having a rental property, pay to have a property management company.
Yes.
Deal with those headaches. I promise you'll thank me for having told you that.
That's right.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Again, we're just glad to be a part of this, glad to be hosting the show here at our office. And if anybody needs anything with real estate, whether you're buying or selling, please reach out to us here at RE/MAX, and we'll be glad to help you.
All right. It was good talking with you. And we'll be back on the other side of the break to give away some hardware and talk some football.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
"90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. My name is Rich Trogdon, and we are First Bank.
All right, welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. That was Sudden. Coach.
How we doing?
Coach Blanks.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to talk about 2 weeks worth of football. Eastern Randolph, a little bit of a blip on the radar. Things got right against Fairmont. Which one of those games you want to talk about first?
Talk about the first one, Eastern Randolph.
All right.
Finish on a good
You
note.
felt like Eastern Randolph was going to be the toughest team that you played in non-conference. Did
Yes, sir.
that turn out to be the case?
Yeah, definitely. They're one of the better team that we faced thus far.
What makes that difference?
One, they have a coach who has experience. Other teams we played all either first year coaches or with Seaforth, just a new program. So, they got an old vet down there, knows a little football, been around a little while. So having that and then having a team that's already established and doing what they do. So they had the experience, that they know what they want to run. So those guys run their system pretty well, while the other guys are still learning, sort of like us. So I think that was the biggest difference. And then plus they have some good athletes, especially on the defensive line.
Okay, and in that game, kind of got away from you. Talk about what the difference in terms of what you guys could have done better, or what they did that you had trouble stopping.
We talked about the passing game. They threw the ball a lot, and we didn't really have a chance going into that game to get a chance to go outside and work on our pass defense. In the first games we played, those guys tried to run the ball more, and this team had a veteran quarterbacks and veteran receivers, so they threw the ball again. We had one day outside in that 2-week span where we had a chance to go outside and work on some pass stuff. So our pass coverage was kind of lacking a little bit. So, that was the difference in the game.
Okay. Flip that ahead, Fairmont. That's a game where the tie-in is still interesting. Y'all gonna play Fairmont again in the future?
Yeah, play them again next year.
Okay. Fairmont, of course, there's a relationship. Coach Lonnie Cox left from Southern Lee, and went to Fairmont to coach, and that's kind of where that series began. And now here we are, 6 years down the road, 5 years down the road, and those two teams are still playing one another. Difference in level of competition a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I thought, Fairmont probably had more athletes, bigger guys, but I think it's just the system. I think, with a new coach, they're still learning how to fit into what it is that he wants to do. So that played a big difference in how Fairmont's prepared versus Eastern Randolph.
How much of a problem does that pose to you? Because Coach Cox has been down there until this past year. He was now Pine Forest as the AD, so it was a first-year coach coming in. How difficult early in the season like this is it to prepare for a coach where it's kind of unknown? You don't necessarily know what you're going to get. How much tape did you have on those guys?
We had the 2 games that they played already, but for us, we don't focus a lot on what the other team does. Especially early in the season, we talked about us being prepared and being able to do what it is that we want to do. So our focus is mainly on what we want to do. We want to make the other team adjust. So we don't, the concentration wasn't on what they do, it was just on the guys that they had and trying to make sure we stop what they did best. So that was our main focus. Our focus is more on us than the other team. So
okay, last time we spoke, you talked about the fact that the running game was a little bit farther along than the passing game was. Numbers look like that's still the situation. Where is the passing game improving, and how much farther do you guys have to get to where the balance that you want to have is?
Well, I think we got 2 or 3 more weeks where we actually get it, where we can be outside and we can actually work it every day. So it's still going to take a little bit of time for us to get that passing game going. Our passing game is built off our running game, so our running game is solid. So we'll do a lot of play action stuff, but just our open passing game, we just got to be able to get in practice and get to work. Our linemen got to work on pass blocking and all that stuff. So that's just stuff that we'll have a chance now that we can get outside, and beat this heat, where we couldn't do it in the gym.
Got it. It is hot.
Yeah.
And the air doesn't move.
It doesn't.
Now that may be a factor on Friday night. You guys get Richmond. Richmond out of the gate. I remember last year when they opened 0-3, people were talking about, well, they haven't done that since this year. I don't even know when Richmond's been 0-4 before. You look at the schedule and you're like, yeah, it's been a tough schedule, but those scores have been pretty lopsided.
Yeah.
Richmond obviously going through some things down there, but they're still going to roll out a team where they dress 70 folks out there. It's a big team. What do you expect Friday night to look like?
Well, for us, status quo. We don't worry about how many guys they got on the other side of the football, because only 11 can get on the field at one time. And I'll take my best 11 against their best 11 any day of the week. I think the guys that we got, our guys are used to playing both sides of the ball. They've done it 4 games now. We have linemen who play every series of a football game, offense and defensive line. So we're in shape. We worked it. That's one of the things we worked on all summer and all spring, was getting our guys in shape, because we knew it was going to be our guys having to be in the trenches, and we have to play, Marine Corps mentality football with a few guys that we got to go with, because we don't have 70, 80 guys, which is fine and perfect for us, because we play a style of football that allows for us not to have to go out there and play 120, 130 plays. So we try to keep our plays down to 60, 75 plays.
So last year, Richmond was one of those games where you guys came out in the first half, it was tight, and then things kind of slipped away as the fact that they're playing 11 specialists on offense, 11 on defense. Those guys aren't playing special teams. Is it just fitness that's the difference this year in what you bring to the table, or there's some things that you're going to do with tempo or game plan? Or
well, we're going to play the same way we play. I mean, we're going to run the football. I think the difference is last year, this year, we're going to protect the ball a little bit better. Last year, some turnovers kind of got us in trouble early in the game, and then coming out in the second half, the same thing. So just taking care of the football and not giving them opportunities to score outside of that offense having to come and drive against our defense. And I think our defense is a pretty good defense.
All right. What time's kick this weekend?
7:30.
All right. All your kicks going to be at 7:30?
Yeah, all conference games start at 7:30.
All right, very good. We'll take a quick break, and we'll start giving away some hardware. You're watching Zaxby's Coaches Show with me, Krista Lambert, and the coach, Brett Blanks.
Lamco Homes. From concept to design, constructed to fit your lifestyle. We use only top quality finishes to make our house your home. Lamco Homes. Our standards are others' options.
At the Shed Depot of North Carolina, we believe there's a better way to buy a shed. One where all the selection, all the quality, and all the service are in one place to make your buying experience easier. Visit our sales center located just off US Highway 1 in Sanford, or get started today at ShedDepotNC.com to view in-stock models or to design your perfect shed using our 3D design tool.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. My name is Rich Trogdon, and we are First Bank.
All right, welcome back to Zaxby's Coach Show, joined on camera by a host of young men and the illustrious Justin Gaines. How are you, sir?
Very well. How are you, Chris?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I ran into you the other day, and that kind of kicked in, and I was like, it's football season. Justin and I get to hang out a little bit. How are things?
They're great. Things are going well at the bank, staying busy. Interest rates, as you probably read in the news, are rising, which is good for our savers out there, and we're taking care of everybody.
That's the thing, man. Everybody bugs out, and they're like, well, interest rates sucks for, getting a loan, but they don't think about, savings. Yeah, there's a trade-off there.
Exactly.
I know that you guys have to put in, a little bit of extra effort to come up with products that are attractive to folks looking for money right now. You feel like you're overcoming the obstacles?
I do, Chris. I can sit here and tell you we've got a new promotional product for a credit card or a home equity line or a car loan, but really what First Bank boils down to is our people. Any bank on the street is going to have a home equity line product or a credit card product or a checking account product, but you're not going to be able to walk into every bank on the street and talk to myself, Angela Poole, Karen Hall, Donna Covington, Merritt Fashee, Rich Trogdon.
Those are
and
facts.
I could go on down the list. Our tellers are going to smile and greet you when you walk into the bank, and we're all going to have your best interest in mind.
You know what? You say that, and it sounds so good, but it's so legit. And absolutely. I can't tell you how many times I've called somebody directly, even up to Vice President Rob Patterson. I'll be like, hey, Rob, we need to get this account set up, whatever. All right, go over here and see this particular person. There's a lot to be said for decentralized, locally owned banks. So keep up the good fight. Anything else you'd like to talk about before we start passing out hardware?
No, sir. Just say congratulations to these guys. Great job. And thanks for allowing us to support our local high schools.
We appreciate all the support. You guys are awesome over there. All right, Coach. First week, we had Eastern Randolph, and you've got your offensive player of the game.
Well, this guy's our engine. He's the one that drives us. He probably could win offensive player of the game every week with what he does for us offensively. So our offensive player of the game is Tyrese JoJo Douglas.
How many of these trophies are you up to?
I think I got like 7 from last year.
7 from last year, you said? My goodness. All right, so the First Bank Offensive Player of the Game award, JoJo Douglas, who is doing things. How many yards did you put up against East Randolph?
117.
Like
117.
All right. Are
Yeah,
you
203
keeping
this week.
Are you keeping your eyes on the conference leaders? Does that mean anything to you on any level?
I'm not going against nobody but myself. Like, I ain't worried about that. It'll come.
What's your favorite play call on offense?
Any play that I get the ball, it's my favorite.
So all right. So if Coach came to you, let's say it's third and 5, and Coach says, "Look, we're gonna put it in your hands." What's the play that you're like, we're gonna get that?
It just depends on what been working. Like,
Okay.
So say it depends on the start of the game. I'll probably say like 27.
Okay.
So I know I'm running behind like Marcus or Caleb, and we can get that.
Okay.
But like, if it's like the middle, and then we been running 27, then we can run OT. Yeah.
All right. Very good. Richmond this weekend. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Okay. What have you seen on tape from Richmond that you all have to prepare for?
Just their passing game. They gonna pass more than the teams, with the teams.
Okay. You guys gonna send them to 0-5?
Yeah, definitely.
I like that. All right, Coach. Defensive Player of the Game for East Randolph.
Defensive Player of the Game. This is one of our sophomores who's on varsity now, and he's starting. He's probably one of our better athletes that we have. You know, the future's bright for this kid. He works hard every day. He's in the weight room getting stronger all summer, all spring. He had a real big interception that got us back into it against Eastern Randolph, and that's Jalen Boogie Barnes.
All right, Mr. Barnes, how, as a sophomore playing varsity football, how does it? What's that feeling about? Most sophomores that are cracking the lineup, you know, are waiting to get in the game, but you're playing a role that's front and center. Is that ever overwhelming at all?
No, I feel the same as playing any other division or like playing JV. It's the same. Just get on the field playing football.
All right, very good. And Scholar Athlete of the Week, Coach?
Scholar Athlete of the Week is and we pick at him a lot. We tell him he's not real bright with some of the decisions he makes, but he's a real good student in the classroom. I mean, the kid needs one credit to graduate, and he's just a junior in high school, and that's Robert Sims.
One credit to graduate.
Yeah.
Huh? That's fantastic. What are your plans academically?
Just finish school so I could just focus on sports and get ready for college.
Okay, where do you, any particular place you plan to go matriculate in college?
No, sir, not right now.
Okay, any idea what field to study?
Business or math.
Business or math? Were you a math major in college, Coach?
No, his dad was, though.
Man,
I was a science major, though.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Oh, look out. Yeah, that's hard. All right, and on to Fairmont this weekend. I tell you what, we'll take a quick break so we can reload trophies. How's that sound? You good with that, Coach?
Yes, sir.
It's your show.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a quick break. You're watching Zaxby's Coaches Show. We'll be back with Fairmont and the awards from that week.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. My name is Rich Trogdon, and we are First Bank.
All right, welcome back to Zaxby's Coaches Show. Coach, it's time for the First Bank Offensive Player of the Game for Fairmont, the Week 4 win. Who we got?
After having a pretty good first game passing the football and having, those next two games where we didn't complete any passes, our offensive player of the week against Fairmont is Robert Sims. He completed all but one pass for over 100 yards and a touchdown. So he actually stepped up the passing game and actually, showed that we can throw the ball if we need to throw the ball. So our offensive player of the game for Fairmont is Robert Sims.
All right. Now I do have to ask. Last year you were Robbie. This year you're Robert. Which do you prefer so I get it right during the call?
I used to call me by Robbie, but it don't matter. It's just other people, how they feel.
You don't have a preference?
No, sir.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Better than what I call him off camera.
All right. And the defensive player of the game for Fairmont?
Defense player of the game. This guy, after Matt Kidd went down with an injury, we asked this guy to step up and take the place of Matt, and he had a real good game, had a couple sacks against Fairmont. He's a guy who played for us the first couple of years and took a year off, and now he's back playing football again. He's gotten bigger and stronger. Our defensive player of the game is Justin Cleary.
All right, Justin,
Yes,
you
sir.
glad to be back?
I am. It's fun this year. This is my first time playing for Coach Blanks, so it's definitely better.
He's a fun guy, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he is.
Is he a hard guy?
Not really.
Really? Come on. Coach Blank scares me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Sims is.
Oh, yeah?
Sims is hard.
Okay. Oh, well, all right. I didn't know. All right, very good. And the Scholar Athlete of the Week this week.
Scholar Athlete of the Week. This kid actually broke his leg in our first game, so he's not able to be here. But he's doing an incredible job in the classroom. Even when he's not in school right now, his grades are still. I think he has a 3.7, 3.8 GPA. We miss him not having him on the football field, but again, he's great in the classroom, and that's Jalen Wright.
When you have a young man go down with a big injury like that, how do you make sure that they get the full effect of being a part of the family, being a part of the squad, and getting the goodness that comes out of it?
I think the guys keep communicating with him. I communicate with him, because he's not back in school yet. I think he comes back next week. So just keeping that communication up and letting him know he's still a part of the team. And, we're ready for him to come back, to hang out with us on the sideline and do whatever he can do to contribute to the team. So it's just, we love each other. We speak a lot about love and being a man and loving the guys around you. So that's the atmosphere that we build.
That's good stuff. All right, Coach, we're going to take one last break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about in that last segment, and we'll get ready for Friday night. You're watching Zaxby's Coaches Show. We'll be back with the final segment, put a bow on this right after these messages.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
Funnel cakes at Zaxby's? Sweet! Fried to perfection and dusted with powdered sugar? Sweet! Paired with the caramel sauce that's great for dipping, dunking, or drizzling? Sweet! Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
All right, Coach, you and I, in the last couple of years, we've talked about, the fact there was some downtimes at Southern. You guys get out of the gate at 0-2. I want to talk about what it was like in the wake of that first loss of the season. What was the feeling in the locker room?
Well, it was definitely a feeling of disappointment because we know we could have won that game if we had played better. But like I told the guys, that was a combination of us just not being prepared, and us, as me as a coach, not being able to get prepared for the passing game that we were going to face. So, it was no fault of theirs. It was just the fact that that circumstances are like they are, and we knew that there was some stuff we needed to work on. But we were just trying to get us in a position where we could do what we needed to do offensively. We were kind of defensive wise, just worrying about getting to the football, making plays, and then working on the passing game as we went on, because as a team, offense takes a little bit longer to get going than defense. So we did, most of our focus was on offense, and it wasn't enough on defense. So we just talked about bouncing back and taking that loss and learning from it. And we talked about film session, and we talked about, but the one thing we told them is we told them from the beginning that it get ugly before it gets beautiful. I mean, some things gonna have to happen. We have to go through some changes, some transition, and sometimes you got to take a loss to realize the things you got to work on. I think the first 2 wins kind of spoiled us, and we were doing some things that not going to win a football game against a good football team. You know what I'm saying? Making some mistakes, and we talked about those things. And then, so that loss, we actually learned a lot from that loss. So I think it was a learning process for us.
Well, and I'm sure you said a lot of words, and I'm sure that going into week 4, you thought, I think we can rebound, I think we can get this. But to see the bounce back after that sort of, that early season loss, I'm sure that had to be rewarding.
Yeah.
How do you keep that momentum going into conference play?
Like we tell them that we got to focus up. I mean, if we're focused during the week and we practice on the things that we need to practice on and keep doing the things that we do well and get better at the things we don't do well, then it gets us ready for the conference. We talked about, we're going to treat losses and wins the same way. We're going to celebrate the wins. We're going to be disappointed about the losses. We're going to do that for one day. Sunday, we focus up, tell the guys to watch some film when we get together on Monday. It's a whole new attitude. Last week doesn't matter, so it's always the next game. So we prepare one game at a time. So now it's, we're getting ready for Richmond. What happened last week and the week before that is not important anymore.
All right, so with you taking over this first year as your time as head coach, brand new offense, I think it's fair to say, has been installed. What percentage of that playbook is intact and game ready right now?
We're at about 85%. We still got a couple plays we can put in. We try to put in a play here and there. You'll see a play here and there every week. But we got some stuff up our sleeve that we still can put in and get going.
Now you said, and I know this from talking to you in the past, that your focus is, asserting your will and not worrying about preparation and what they do. You're going to do what you do and do it well.
Yeah.
But in the offense or the defense, are there any teams that you'll prepare for this year that you think, like, we're going to add a wrinkle specifically because this team does this on
offense? If a team does something that we think we need to make adjustments for, like even against the option, we make some adjustments on what our front does and what our guys do against the option. We talked about playing disciplined football and doing your assignment. So it just depends on we'll make the adjustments. We're not going to make adjustments. Like I said, we're just not going to focus all our energy on trying to change what we do to match what they do. What we do offensively and what we do defensively, what we want to stick with. We'll do some wrinkles, we'll move some people here and there to adjust to plays and adjust to formations and all that stuff. But our base is going to stay our base.
All right, very good. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, just come out and watch the Cavaliers and watch some good football and watch this transition as it's taking place and be a part of something great.
It's a lot of fun. And we're looking forward to a good night on Friday against Richmond. And then as we roll into the rest of conference play, I think Southern Lee's going to shock the world.
Well, I think we already have.
Keep on then, Coach.
Yes, sir.
All right. Coach Blanks, it's great hanging out with you.
Yes, sir.
I'm Chris. Thanks to Zaxby's. Thanks to First Bank. Thanks to Remax. And get to a high school football game in your area. This is real football. This is what it's all about. You won't regret it. I am Chris. This is Coach. We are out. Peace.
Go Cavs.
At the Shed Depot of North Carolina, we believe there's a better way to buy a shed, where all the selection, all the quality, and all the service are in one convenient location to make your buying experience easy. Our 3-acre sales center has over 60 sheds in stock, and if you don't see what you need, our sales experts can guide you through the custom design process to meet your unique needs. Get started today at ShedDepotNC.com.
Bye.